The construction of sailing ships and the increase in foreign trade boosted demand for pine tar. Tar was needed to protect wooden ships from moisture and mold. The 19th century saw several years of crop failure and insecurity. Tar burning provided a secure yet scarce livelihood. Tar making required industrious, skilled hands and simple tools. In the peak years of tar production, from 1860 to 1880, tar production was so high that everyone in the Oulujoki River, the Oulujärvi Lake and Kainuu regions had to deal with tar in one way or another. The production of pitchwood and tar took between 4 and 5 years. In the first 2 years, young pine trees were peeled by stripping the bark with a tree bark peeler to produce waxy resin. The trees were carefully peeled from the ground up to a height of 4 meters, leaving a strip of bark on the north side of the tree. This became the lifeline that kept the tree alive for the following year. In the 3rd year, this lifeline was cut off, causing the tree to die and dry out. In the 4th or 5th year, the resinous tree was chopped into small logs for the tar kiln. Base of the tunnel-shaped tar-burning kiln had to be hard and firm. It was made of clay so that the tar would not be wasted. The small logs were then stacked tightly around the eye of the tar kiln. The center of the kiln was indicated by a central tree trunk or pencil, also called an eye stick, which could be a pole or a young spruce. A screen was built into the center point to prevent debris from blocking the passage of the tar. Finally, the tar kiln was covered with a mound of forest topsoil. The lighting of the tar kiln was a solemn moment, and a large crowd came to admire it. The lower edge of the kiln was left bare to facilitate lighting. Once the fire had caught the ends of the small logs, the lower edge was covered. The fire smoldered slowly, and eventually its heat turned the resin into liquid form. The liquid tar flowed down the pipe into a channel from where it was drained off into barrels. Care had to be taken not to let the smouldering go out. On the other hand, the tar kiln must not be allowed to burst into flames. The tar master was responsible for successful burning. If all went well, the peasant had 30 to 50 barrels of good quality thick tar to sell. This was the beginning of the tar's journey to the world.